Did you ever notice how people sometimes try to hurt you, just to make you stop? Not always in a big, dramatic way. It's subtler. A comment, an action, a sudden shift in energy. You can feel the pressure meant to break your momentum. It lands with a certain weight, a heavy truth that settles in the air between you. And you're left with this quiet question, hanging there. Before that moment, you were moving. You were following what felt right, what felt true. A current pulling you gently forward. It wasn't about speed or ambition. It was about alignment. Each step, however small, felt connected to the one before it. You were staying close to your inner direction, listening to that quiet compass inside. Life had a certain coherence. Not perfect, not without its challenges, but there was a rhythm to it. A sense of being in the right place, at the right time, even if the world outside was messy. You weren't forcing outcomes. You weren't rushing toward a finish line. You were simply in motion, unfolding at your own pace. There was a peacefulness in that movement, a trust that the path would reveal itself as you walked it. You felt integrated, whole. Your actions and your inner world were in sync. It was a state of quiet, steady progress, a journey not of miles, but of moments. Then the friction arrives. It's not a loud crash. It's more like a subtle grinding of gears. Words land heavier than you expected. An action from someone else interrupts your natural rhythm. Suddenly, the flow is disrupted. You feel the impact. It's a jolt, a dissonance. Someone somewhere assumes that pain will make you quit. They believe that if they apply enough pressure, you will simply halt. The assumption is clear, even if unspoken. Hurt equals stop. That's the unspoken rule they seem to be playing by. It's not a declaration of war. It's often indirect. A quiet withdrawal of support. A comment designed to plant a seed of doubt. A misunderstanding that feels intentional. And you feel it. You feel the intent behind the impact. The air gets thicker. Your steps feel heavier. The easy momentum you had is gone, replaced by a conscious effort just to keep standing still. This is where the real work begins, the internal process. Your pace changes, it has to. You feel the need to pause, not to run away, not to escape the feeling, but to find your breath again, to recover clarity. You begin to understand the critical difference between stopping and resting. You learn, in real time, that strength isn't about constant, unrelenting speed. Strength is the ability to know when to pause. Your body starts to speak to you. It asks for time. It asks for slowness. Your mind, buzzing from the impact, asks for quiet. It craves stillness to sort through the noise. And in that quiet, you notice something remarkable. Your direction, that inner compass, remains intact. It hasn't broken. It hasn't vanished. It's just harder to hear over the static. So you wait. You give yourself the space that was taken. You begin to understand on a cellular level that being affected does not mean being defeated. You learn that rest is not a retreat. It is a sacred act of preservation. Slowing down is not surrender. It is a strategic, necessary recalibration. There are no shortcuts through this part. No dramatic turnaround. No sudden surge of resilience that erases the hurt. It is a slow, quiet, and deeply personal process of tending to the impact, of letting the dust settle. And in that stillness, a recognition dawns. It isn't a motivational speech you give yourself. It's a quiet, clear seeing. You see it for what it is. People can hurt you. Their words and actions can cause real pain. People can delay you. They can introduce friction that changes your timeline. People can misunderstand you profoundly. They can project their own fears and limitations onto you. You see all of this with a new clarity, but you also see what they cannot do. They cannot decide what is yours to carry. They cannot touch your calling. Your purpose, that deep inner alignment, does not respond to external pressure. It doesn't wither under judgment. It simply waits, It is patient. It holds space for you while you heal. You may need to rest. You may need to pause for a long time. You may need to be still until the echoes of the impact fade. But what is truly aligned with you does not disappear. It remains. So you begin to move again, quietly. There is no announcement, no grand return. You are not moving to prove a point. You are not moving in response to them. You are not trying to show them that they failed to stop you. You simply move because the current is still there. The direction is still true. The calling is still yours. The rhythm returns, slowly at first. A gentle step, then another. The movement is different now. It's wiser. It carries the memory of the pause, the knowledge of what it takes to recover. You are not the same as you were before the impact. You are more aware. You know what is happening now when friction appears. You can recognize the intent to halt you. And you know, deep in your bones, that your journey is not defined by their interruptions. The timing has changed, but the destination has not. You are still on your path. You did not stop. You rested.